We're back. The best of food and wine with Anthony Gismondi and Kasey Wilson, live from the Wines of Canada stage at the 2017 Vancouver International Wine Festival. Now, here's Tony and Kasey.
Welcome back to the Best of Food and Wine. I'm Tony Gismondi.
I'm Kasey Wilson.
We're live all weekend here from the Vancouver National Wine Festival, number 39. Kasey, Canada's the theme. Have you been out through the tents yet?
It seems so much larger than it's ever been, Tony, because they're just right to the windows. There's just...
Yeah.
I don't know how many hundred wineries here.
And those backdrops are high. They're blocking my view.
That's right.
Welcome to the show, folks. You're going to be meeting many wine personalities over the next few days here. Joining us now, it's our great pleasure to have Armando Castagnedi with us. He is the owner of Tenuta Sant'Antonio. Welcome to the show, Armando.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you. You have come all the way to Vancouver from the city of Verona.
Yes.
Yeah.
Verona is a small city, an historic city, but really popular for the Hemingway, the history of Hemingway, Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
We are a fantastic place near Lake Garda, near Venice.
Well, it's a beautiful city.
Absolutely.
And you brought a couple wines. We're going to talk about them, but in terms of the general wines, Valpolicella is the name that many people know, and it's a very famous wine from the Verona region.
Yes.
Still going strong, I would imagine. Yeah.
Sure. But Valpolicella is an historic area. I like to say always explaining the word Valpolicella.
Yeah.
It's for Latino languages. Valpolicella is a free word. Val is a valley.
Yeah.
Polis, then many. Cella is a cellar. Then there are some historical documents from the Roman time, where there is this area. It was popular for a valley of many cellar.
Many cellars, yeah, and many valleys actually, because there's not just one valley that Valpolicella is made in.
8 different valley in direction north-south. The historic Valpolicella area starts in the north of the city, not so far than the Lake Garda, until the east area.
Yeah.
Our position, it is in this place, not in the classical area historic, but in the east area of Valpolicella DOC.
Yeah.
And what's the soil like in that area?
It is a place particularly because I have some pictures, but I know it's not possible to see for radio.
I can see. It looks like lots of rocks.
We are in the top of the hill, fantastic place, 300 meters above sea level, and the soil is really limestone, completely chalky, rocky, and give the wine a sensation really mineral and sometimes little spicy pepper. It is a typical expression. In north of Verona, in Valpolicella Classica, the soil is a little richer, and there is the clear. In this case, we have only this situation, limestone and chalky, completely white.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the first characteristics, I think, this place. There are only in a particular cru. I remember, I don't know, another cru is Allegrini, per esempio, La Poia. It's another hill similar with this soil. Our hill is called Monti Garbi. Monti Garbi is the name of the place, and we'd like to give our master representative wine this name. Monti is a mountain. Garbi, it is an expression typical dialect language of Venetian. It means sour, arid. The people live in the village near there. Yeah. They say this is a sour hill because the soil is so arid, so sour.
Yeah, so
poor,
acidic. Yeah,
acidic, exactly.
Yeah.
And in the past, honestly, without irrigation, without water, it was difficult to produce something.
Produce anything. Yeah. I thought you were going to say the people were sour, but the soils are sour. That's good. I like that.
There aren't any sour people in Italy.
I know this expression.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, just before we get to the wines, I mean, the city of Verona is an amazing place. When you walk by, do you get inspired when you walk by some of those ancient Roman buildings there and feel your ancestors? Like, we don't have that feeling here in a new country, but.
It's a really historic city. Particularly, we have I think, one of the best open theatre in arena, Roman arena.
Yeah.
It is our symbol, our flag, of the city. And no, it's a city where it's possible to stay really well.
Beautiful walking city. I was there just before Christmas, and it's such a pleasure to walk around, especially off season when there's not so many tourists.
Sure.
Yeah.
We have also the Lake Garda near the city, where many people visit this place to stay there 1 week or a holiday in the summer.
Yep.
And visit also the city. Then we have, it is a city where I think it is a fourth city must visit in Italy.
In Italy.
After Rome is clear, Florence, Venice, and the fourth is Verona.
Favorite restaurant or wine bar in Verona for our traveling friends?
No, in Verona it's clear. La Bottega del Vino. It's a
must.
Our symbol.
Yeah.
Then where we have the fantastic cellar, 18,000 bottles.
Yep.
Many selection, historic selection also. It's clear. But we have other restaurants.
Sure.
Really nice.
We better talk about these two wines or we'll run out of time. The Monte Garbi Valpolicella. Now, you brought a Ripasso Superiore. If people go in the store and buy Valpolicella and they see Ripasso on the label, what should they know about that?
Yes, Ripasso is a technique. Okay, it's a technique specific in Verona, in Valpolicella. Ripasso of Valpolicella. It is a technique. It was born because in our area it's important to remember there is the tradition of the selection of the grapes. And usually the first selection, it is for Amarone. And it's clear the second selection probably is difficult to produce a good Valpolicella. Then we need of this technique some time for creating a wine a little richer, a little fruitier, no? Because the younger Valpolicella, the second selection, it is a green sometimes, it is a light. Then with this technique, it's possible to produce a wine more interesting. It's clear there is many style, many interpretation. Every producer create something personal, you know. In this case, our selection, our Ripasso Valpolicella Superiore, is not a Ripasso so big, concentrated. Both the wine, but especially Ripasso, we like to create a wine to drink with the food. For me, it is a wine fantastic for the table because it is quite rich, but not so much. But our research, it is creating a balance. Then not too sweet, not too heavy, not too concentrated. Because I say always I'm a producer, but also I'm a consumer. I like to drink wine. Then sometimes when it's too much, it's difficult to drink.
And the Veronese, what would we have with this, Kasey, or what do you think you would have with it?
This would be just beautiful with pastas. Almost all pastas, a little bit of meat.
Like a bolognese or a...
Yes, I like it on its own too.
Yeah.
Yes. Ripasso, it is a wine, I think that the people, they understand it is a Valpolicella a little different, a little also interesting to drink outside the dinner or the lunch, no?
Yes.
Because it is a fruity, it is a round, there isn't the acidity, no, so high. And it is easier to drink also after lunch or before. It's clear our Italian, for our mentality in Italy, the wine is drink
all day.
Always, exactly.
And after a football game?
Yes, sure.
And you're a big fan.
Yes. It's not possible. For us, it's our life.
Yes.
Our guest is Armando Castagnedi. He's the owner of Tenuta Sant'Antonio. What about the name, Tenuta Sant'Antonio?
Tenuta Sant'Antonio, we decided this name for two questions. One, because we bought this area, this top of the hill, in 1989. And we we found one small chapel of Sant'Antonio in the middle of the vineyards. And we said, why this chapel of Sant'Antonio? Sant'Antonio, for Christian religion, it is a Santo protector of poor people.
Yeah.
In this place,
Saint Anthony.
Exactly. In this situation, in the past, it was really difficult to live there.
Yeah.
And also, my father is called Antonio, and my father, his life, he was in the wine cooperative.
Mm-hmm.
My father, he was one of the founder of the wine cooperative in the valley of Illasi, where I live. And when I and my three brothers, we are four brothers, work together this project, we decided to change and to go in this direction to produce a wine. He was not so happy, but after many years, now he's happy.
Around.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Then we decided, why not Tenuta Sant'Antonio?
We're almost out of time. We should mention the Amarone. This is the big one, the wine you would age for. How long would you age your Amarone, do you think?
But
we're tasting the 2012.
2012 is really young, honestly. But it is a wine at least 20 years for our idea, for our mentality. In our idea, also Amarone, we try to create a wine really clean, fruity, but fresh style. Not a marmalade, not a jammy, not. We learn.
Not cooked.
It's not cooked, exactly.
Yeah.
Is this the new Amarone?
Yes, it could be. Say, okay, it is probably more modern style, but I don't know if it's correct, modern style or old style. I respect some traditional winery, work, produce a wine with a particular method. For us, it was easier because we didn't have the tradition or the method. My father worked only the vineyards. Then for us, it was all new. It was easy to try to create a style a little different. Personally, when I tasted the wine, the sensation it is the fruit. It is a jammy marmalade. It is one of the characteristics of some Amarone.
Sure. Yeah.
Personally, I think it is a whole style. I don't know if it's correct. I prefer a wine with the more freshness, exactly.
Yeah.
We learn, for example, to pick the grapes in the harvest a little before than the past.
Yep.
When we have more acidity, less concentration of sugar. Also, we pressing the grapes a little before. Usually, it was normal wait after Christmas until January, February. If you pressing the grapes before Christmas, probably the concentration is a little less, but the expression of the fruit is totally different.
Better, yeah.
It's clear. It is two different philosophy, two different idea.
We could discuss that all day. I think it's great to have the two different styles, obviously, and we enjoyed both the Valpolicella Riposto, the Montegarbi, is available for $21 in Vancouver, and the Amarone, the Campo di Giglia.
Campo di Gigli.
Yeah,
Campo di Gigli is a fantasy name, but Campo is the vineyards.
Yep.
This is a single vineyards, only 4 hectares, our oldest vines in our farm. And then Gigli is the symbol, is the lily flower, is the flower symbol of Sant'Antonio.
Beautiful.
Then we say, okay, this is our oldest vines. It is the vines of Sant'Antonio.
Beautiful.
Campo di Gigli.
Great with grilled meats and game.
Armando, thanks very much for joining us today on the Best of Food and Wine, and good luck in Vancouver.
My
Enjoy
pleasure.
your stay.
My pleasure. Thank you for this opportunity.
You're very welcome.
I hope the wine is enjoy and
they were terrific. Thank you.
Thank you again.
Armando Castagnedi, he's the owner of Tenuta Sant'Antonio. You're listening to the Best of Food and Wine. Lots more coming up live from the floor of the Vancouver International Wine Festival. I'm Tony Gismondi.
I'm Kasey Wilson.
We'll be right back.